Hello everyone, this is PK Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video review, and we're going to talk about Black Adam again and report on its latest box office performance on its third weekend of release. Now, as before with these videos, there might be spoilers throughout for the movie itself, so just beware, and you can check out both my non-spoiler and spoiler reviews of the film, and I'll leave some links within the description. So then we look at the figures for first the US box office. And to be fair, the movie only experienced a small drop of 33% to gross 18.5 million in its third weekend. Overall, it's grossed around 137.3 million domestically in the US. And we could say this is something of a positive sign, as it's held on to the top spot now for the third weekend in a row. Now, despite that, we have to remember that it's had very little to no competition since its debut, so it's no real surprise that it's managed to retain top position for so long. We then look at the overall gross of the movie, and when we include international markets, the movie has now hit just over 320 million worldwide. Now, we've talked previously on this movie about how much it would need to gross in order to be profitable. We confirmed that that number would have to be around 650 million or above. I predicted initially that I thought the film would gross around 700 million due to Dwayne Johnson's popularity and especially the potential that it could gross internationally. And that's certainly the total that both he and Warner Brothers would have aspired to for this overall film. Well, we could look at the film now, and after 3 weeks, I think we can safely assume that it's not going to hit those totals as what first predicted. And it even doesn't look now like the movie will hit even 500 million. So when you consider the film's budget of 200 million and then you add on another 100 to 150 million at the very least for all of the marketing and promotion, and the fact that future weekend grosses will continue to diminish, it's looking very likely that we're not going to see a China release now, unless anybody wants to confirm to me in the comments. When we consider all of these factors, it's looking like now that Black Adam, we have to confirm it as a flop. Now, when we go back to the overall China release, now the major reason why it's been reported that it will not get released in that territory is down to Pierce Brosnan and the fact that he posted a picture of him meeting the spiritual leader Dalai Lama 13 years ago, and he shared a post of this on his Instagram showing a photo of him wishing the leader happy birthday. Now, the reason this is controversial is because Dalai Lama has been a long time a spiritual leader group representative of the nation of Tibet, and for so long now they've been striving to claim independence from the rule of the Republic of China. So of course, any support or affiliation or association with the Dalai Lama group will always cause a sense of conflict in terms of China itself. So that's been a major reason that's been reported as to why the movie will not be getting a China release. Now, many will say that this is somewhat of a trivial issue, but what you have to remember is that certain countries do have certain beliefs and ways of culture, and do take their religion and politics and history very seriously. And these type of issues will always take priority over money or financial gain. We saw this, of course, last year with the release of Marvel's Eternals, how they banned it from China, and one of the biggest reasons was because of the statements that director Chloe Zhao made about a certain regime of the Chinese Republic. So this is something that I don't believe Warner Brothers will be able to overcome. And if the movie was due to be released in China, we would have heard about it by now, and Dwayne Johnson would have already been putting his promotional tour into full swing in order to get the movie released over there. And even if we entertain the scenario of it being released in China, when we look at the current gross of the movie, to be profitable, the movie would at least have to gross around anything from 200 to 250 million over in China to try and be in some sort of profit. This is what happened with the likes of the Fast and the Furious films, Hobbs and Shaw, and also Aquaman. And it was that level of gross that contributed to all of those films being a huge financial success. And in this current climate, it's very unlikely, even if Black Adam did get a release, that it would garner those particular levels of box office totals in China to try and make it successful. So overall, we have to say, when we factor all of these elements into play, I'm sorry to say, without being negative or hateful, that Black Adam is seeming like it will be a flop. And the biggest reason of this is because of that huge $200 million budget alongside the extra cost in terms of marketing. And once again, it's another look at how these modern day blockbusters today really have to take a far more considerable look at how much their budgets are costing It seems now with every superhero release that we see, there's an increasing pressure to gross at the very least $500 million at the box office, and not every movie is going to be a success. And when you consider that Black Adam was very much of an unknown character amongst mainstream audiences, it would have been far more advisable to try and cut the budget down in order to make the first film profitable and successful. Then once that happens, you can then use a higher budget for the sequel, because it would have then connected far more with audiences, and that would have given it a greater chance of even higher levels of success. So unfortunately that isn't the case now, and I would say overall the movie is probably going to top out at likely 420 million worldwide. We do of course have to factor in now that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is pending on release at the end of this week on the 11th of November, and that is going to have a huge impact on any potential grosses for Black Adam. For that film, we're looking at least 175 to 180 million opening weekend, and because it's Marvel and of course all of the reference towards Chadwick Boseman, that film is going to have a huge impact and take away a lot of the remaining spotlight away from Black Adam. So unfortunately, Black Adam, we have to say now, is a flop, and again it raises questions as to where exactly DC is moving forward in terms of its perceived new era of its universe. So here's my overall thoughts and feelings and quick report on the latest box office performance of Black Adam. Let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you agree with my statement or do you think there's still a chance that the movie can garner some sort of high level success in order to deem it profitable, or some sort of positive sign going forward for the new era of DC. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if we have any other updates or headlines regarding the China release, I'll also provide updates on this channel. And if you have any other suggestions on this channel in terms of any movies or series or television or any other topics or issues that you'd like to see me cover within the channel, then also let me know in the comments, and I will see if I can provide further commentary for you on that subject in the future. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you very, very soon.